Trump has recently announced that the Dreamer Act, made during the Obama era, will be completely repealed in 6 months. Is there any real reason to worry? If you're a dreamer, not really. But if you're a Trump voter, that's different. Congress will be taking 6 months to repeal this, and they will be arguing for 6 months about what to replace it with. Welcome to the Young Libertarian Show number 2. Trump recently announced that the Obama-era policy called the DACA, or the Dreamer Act, would be repealed in 6 months. It protects illegal immigrants who were here under the age of 16 when they moved here from being deported, while technically not being U.S. citizens. Trump said in a tweet the other day that they had nothing to worry about, as it would take 6 months. I disagree with Trump on how to deal with illegal immigrants. I say that as of right now, we deport rapists, murderers, and all criminals that are illegal. We should let those immigrants who are hardworking and that are good members of society stay and make it easier for those people to gain citizenship. As for the dreamers, there's a reason the age of consent exists. It's the age where you can start making decisions of your own with little outside influence. I believe that this most definitely applies to immigrants. The Dreamer program made it possible for people who were taken here before they were old enough to really choose whether or not they wanted to be here, to stay here in the only home they've ever known. Like I said before, deport the criminals, but keep the hardworking good members of society and let them obtain citizenship. And of course, strengthen border security, which would be, I will explain later, to keep illegals from coming in. This is not what he ran on. He ran on the idea to throw all illegal immigrants out, and his fan base is not going to be okay with this. Okay, so what I was saying earlier, keeping illegals out. As of right now, air travel brings over 60% of the illegal immigrants coming into the country. So as of right now, the border wall idea will only keep out 40% if it even works well. So what I think we should do is we should strengthen border security quite a bit, whether that means build a wall, just increase funding, increase patrols, anything of the sort, and then cut off air travel. Because if we cut off air travel first, then we'll have too many people pouring over the border at once and won't be able to stop them all. So we need to strengthen border security first and then cut off air travel and find some way to find out who has visas and who doesn't, and who can stay here and who doesn't. Next up, Ben Shapiro, the god of conservatives himself, is going to speak at Berkeley. Just by the way, fun fact, they released the tickets for 45 minutes and they sold out. The college took $11,000 for protection from terrorist organizations in the area, cough, Antifa, cough, cough. Ben Shapiro has asked that none of the conservatives on campus engage in any violence on campus. I just said on campus twice. We'll have to wait and see if this actually happens. The college has pushed back on this quite a bit. At first, the college was unable to find any open facilities on campus, but after being threatened with a lawsuit, a new 20-year-old facility was somehow found. The college has also cut around half the available seats in the facility for safety reasons. This is ridiculous. The college shouldn't even have to make a huge deal out of this. All parking lots in the area will be closed on September 14th. Nobody is allowed in past 4 o'clock. All because a bunch of stupid teenagers who will probably become huge conservatives as soon as they start paying taxes. What I really want to know is what keeps them going? What's their motivation? What keeps them on the street beating up people who believe in free speech? What keeps them attacking people on their way home from the grocery store? The world may never know. But it really is sad that to have someone come and speak about conservative values, you have to pay $11,000 and have to close the entire place for a few hours. That really is sad. Next up, North Korea, a small country with the insane, weird-looking leader, has successfully tested a hydrogen bomb. Hydrogen bombs, for those who don't know, have double the power of the nuclear weapons used in World War II. Mark Levin, and this was on the Daily Wire, you can go read it all yourself, released his plan for dealing with North Korea and China. Where did he get his idea? The man himself, Ronald Reagan. What Mark suggested is first we need to deploy nuclear missiles to South Korea and arm Japan with missile defense systems, or MDS. Next, we work with India, a country who competes most with China. they would help us encircle and surround them. We should also start working with people inside the country that are pushing for the end of communism in the country. North Korea and China are a huge threat, and it's time we took care of them. A writer for the Washington Post recently, for some odd reason, tried to defend Antifa. Again, what's with their motivation? What keeps them going? I don't even have to say how miserably she failed at this. She claimed that Antifa had been quickly weaponized, and that the far-left violence was minuscule compared to the extremely right groups, because that makes sense. It's not like it was an Antifa member who killed 20 people at an alt-right rally. Not like I support alt-right or anything, I'm just saying. Didn't see any white supremacists going around killing people. It's not like they attacked freedom speech ralliers in Berkeley. I didn't see any white supremacist uniforms out there attacking people on the way back from the grocery store, for no reason at all. Oh, and who's the group behind the $11,000 worth of security at Berkeley just because a conservative speaker is coming? The writer also claimed that all people knew about the group was what President Trump had told them about them and the videos of them attacking people on the news. Why is this all we know? Because this is all you need to know about Antifa. This is all there is to know about Antifa. They are a bunch of late teen, early 20s idiots who think attacking people on their way back from the grocery store is going to get Trump impeached. There are peaceful left marchers. There are people who just walk down the street exercising their freedom of speech calmly. But this is not Antifa. Antifa is anything but peaceful. But of course, with people like this woman who go along defending right-wing extremist groups, or left-wing extremist groups, who knows what could happen. If she had said that she supports left-wing rallies and not club-wielding lunatics, that would be a different story. Between now and next week's show, if you're interested, you can message me on Instagram with any question, and I'll answer it next week. My account name is YoungConservative35, no spaces. YoungConservative35, no spaces. Thanks for joining me on the Young Libertarian Show number 2. I'll see you next week.